speed. Aniek, thanks for coming on the show. Now, you
Thanks for having
study
me.
ants and aphids, and I
That's
can't help
correct.
ask why. Why would you want to study ants and aphids?
Now, first of all, ants are fascinating, and the fact that ants farm aphids as if they were their milk cows in their nest just is mind-boggling to me. That's what drew me to study them. And then besides that, they might be our puzzle piece in solving one of the biggest mysteries in biology. So yeah, why not study ants, I would say.
That was a great start. But, okay, so they go back on that. Ants milk aphids?
Yeah, that's
Tell
correct.
me more about that process.
So aphids, you might know aphids that live on your rose bushes.
They do indeed.
Yeah, it's very bad for your rose bushes. They're bad for their rose bushes because they eat from your roses. And you might also have noticed that ants climb up the stems, and when those ants are around, there's even more aphids than there are when there's no ants around. And this is because they are in a relationship that is positive for both. So the ants, indeed, they get food out of this relationship. They tap the abdomen of the aphids. They release,
literally
tap with their antennae, you know. The ants have these beautiful antennae that tap the abdomen. The aphid releases a drop of sugar, and the ants drink that. And that's the only way that the ants can get sugar. And now that's fantastic. They get a candy every time they do this. So in return, they protect the aphids. They guard them from, predators. So other insects that want to eat these aphids, the ants attack them, scare them away, and they clean the aphids, and that's very, very important. So hygiene, they provide hygiene to places that the aphids can't reach themselves.
So then you also said this was potentially going to solve a big mystery of biology. What's that?
That is really the most fascinating thing about it, I guess. That this relationship, the positive relationship, is called mutualism. And in fact, Darwin himself, when he wrote his theory of natural selection, the theory of evolution, he wrote in his book that, it all works very well, but except I can't explain why species would evolve to help each other and not just care about themselves. So think of the ants and the aphids as, say, best friends forever, BFFs, Stacy and Lindsay. They're best friends, and Lindsay appears to be very good in mathematics, and Stacy is very good in French, so they help each other out. But actually, both of them, they want to be best in class. So eventually, them working together, that's going to hurt them becoming the best, because they spend energy helping the other with one of the subjects. And this is the same with ants and aphids. They help each other, but eventually, they will always be pushed to become the best and maybe get even more out of the interaction than they're getting. And then a system like that would go extinct. Or in Lindsay and Stacy's case, they would fail the class because they spent too much time working together. And it's fascinating because this doesn't happen. We see mutualism, this type of interaction, we see it everywhere in nature. So it doesn't go extinct, and we don't know why.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
That was